Welcome to Journey JavaFX, Season 2, Episode number 16. In this episode, we are targeting to insert data from our UI to the database. Remember before, we created a method to insert a record, but for that one, it was, inserted through the command line. So then now we are using the UI to do it. But before we're doing it, we need to think about it. It's kind of I just want to create one button to do this kind of data save kind of purpose. So then we need to do some tests. Let's say if the ID is null or no value in there, and then the data becomes a new record. And if there is a ID value in the ID field, then it's kind of update. So then we need to do a test first and then decide which route the insert data or update data should be, right? Yeah, let's get into it. Let me do a quick save. So now we are going to do testing button. It's done. Yeah, before we do that, we need to create a new button to clean up the whole space for us, right? Let's go back to a scene builder. I'm gonna make a copy of this test button. Just the name is say refresh or clean up, whichever way is okay. And then we're gonna pick the action. Say btn refresh on action, save. We go back to IntelliJ looking for the red. There is a little trick. We can click on here and then double click. It will take us right to the red color. Create method. I'm gonna delete this event because we are not utilizing yet. So I'm gonna cut it and collapse every method to give us a kind of high level view. I'm gonna place it right here. So yeah, paste it here. So it means when we click on this button, it will clean up the whole thing. To do that is quite simple. Yeah, let me just close this one. Okay, let's do it. So text field ID dot set text, nothing, and then date picker dot set value equal to nothing, and then tag dot set text, nothing. It's just like we are initializing the whole thing, so everything is empty. And then it's title, right? Text title dot set text equal to empty. And then it's folder text folder dot set text empty. And then it's hours, so text field hours dot set text, nothing. And then HTML. So HTML for this one, okay, we can set it as nothing for now. HTML, oops. HTML editor dot set text equal to nothing, and also the list, right? We have a story list. We got set items, no. So we are expecting, whenever we click on this button, everything will be empty. Just test it. Now let's put something in there. Anything's fine. Let's say test. Oh, the refresh. Okay. So this one we have a exception. Let's see what it is. controller on action, controller 1 to string, thread, whatever, require unknown. Oh, the time picker, I see. All right, then we set this one, we take this one out, because take it out is okay, we already have that initializer, right? So either way it will be initialized back. So I'm gonna copy paste it here, so then when the our window loaded, it's gonna do this cleanup for us. And then for this one, we're gonna take this to refresh. Yep, we're gonna copy all of them. So this is the list view initializer. Okay, so then over here we don't need to call the other, because we just move them all here. It's more like a whenever we want to do a cleanup, everything will be refreshed out, right? Cool, let's do it. It's more like a starting point, right? Before we do anything, we want to keep stuff nice and clean. So refresh. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, the refresh is working. So then we can work on the save button. Let me close this one and go back to our sim builder. For the refresh, I'm gonna put it here. Copy paste it. This one will be saved button. So let's say btn. Oh, that's the ID. Not this one. I want to change this part. Save. And then go to the code section, the name, btn save on action. Save, go back to IntelliJ, looking for the red, create a method. Remove this, and we're gonna cut it to top. The button refresh. Okay, under here. All right, so this one we need to do a test, right? First, we need to get the ID field dot get text dot length. We tested. Let's say if this length greater than 0, because we initialize it as a empty, right? So empty, the length is 0. It means like this. If it's greater than 0, then it's a kind of a update route, right? Else, we're gonna do this. So this is the insert new record route. Make sense? So over here, I'm gonna say model dot story equals to mgr make model from UI, right? Yes. So this way we're gonna have this model, and then we can pass it into our insert, which is the one we created before. Let me just collab them. Insert one record, right? Asking for a story. And for this one, we are passing in the date. Yep, everything looks okay. So we're gonna say here, db dot insert dot one record story. Finished. This one should work. It's more like, it's a new record, right? Yeah, let's test it first. It's a new record. Now refresh or empty the ID field. Yeah, there's one thing. We need to lock a few fields. For example, the ID field, we will make it not editable, same as the folder. The reason why the ID field is quite easy, right? Because the ID is always generated inside our database. We shouldn't change the value of it manually. So it's only for machine purpose, right? And the folder view is more like my project related thing, because I want to manage the same stuff inside of a folder. No matter we change the title or what, the folder will never change. Otherwise, we're gonna have multiple folders for the same purpose. Yeah, this part is more like my own kind of thing. It's unnecessary to do it in your project. This one is like my own purpose. Okay, so let's do a save. Go back here. Let's run it. So the date not editable, folder locked, perfect. And let's give a tag and say test. My testing insert from UI number 1, and the folder is locked. That's perfect. I'm gonna copy paste this part, just make it a little fancier. Let's make it bold and very big. Now I'm gonna click on save. Okay, let's see if it's saved in our database. I'm going to refresh it. Looks working. But now you see we have a new problem, because after we save, we didn't see it over here, right? We didn't see it over here. So then what we're gonna do is do a refresh right after this. So after this, we're gonna say refresh btn, refresh action, right? So this one will refresh it. But the problem is, after we refresh, we will see the new entry, but we won't see it populated. We have to manually click on it, right? Something like this. So it will show up, but I really want it to be show up automatically for us. Okay, we still have a couple minutes left. I'm gonna do it right now. So to do that, it's very simple, because whenever we insert a new record, the ID value will always be the max of all of those IDs, right? Because it's auto incremented. So to do that is very simple. Let's say go to our editor, where ID equal to, we can say something like this. Make some space, where ID equal to bracket select max ID from stories, right? So in this way, it's more like yeah, we always get this one. So I'm gonna make a copy of it, paste it to Notepad, make them all aligned, merge into one line, and then make a copy. I'm gonna paste it in our select class. Yep, I'm gonna copy paste the same select all and paste it here. So this one will be called select all by max ID. Oh, maybe I should copy paste the select by ID thing, because in that way we don't need to change a lot, right? I'm kind of lazy to do those manually editing stuff. So by ID, we're gonna say select by max ID, just even shorter. So in this one, we just need to replace the query, right? And go back here, make it like this. Yeah, make it like this. We just remove this statement, and then for this log, it's no longer needed, right? It's closed. Yeah, we are not even having a result set. Oh no, we have it. My bad. Okay, why we have problem? Where is it? Oh, it's gone. No, it's fine. Select. I forget the curly braces again. class or interface expected. That's pretty weird. It happens again. Select by ID. Yeah, no change. By max ID. Oh, I see. All right. Select. We don't need this one. How about now? Yeah, problem fixed. No idea why it's like that. Okay, probably sometimes it's kind of IntelliJ thing. Yeah, it's fine. We figure it out. So then we have this, select ID by max, and prepare query is null, and then we're gonna create this model, and then like this. Okay, closed. Fine, it should work. Okay, so then collapse all of them. Our save button. So we are working on the insert new record. So in this way, the model will be this, right? So I pack it in, and then return back, insert it, and refresh, and then we're gonna populate everything, and then populate again, right? So then we're gonna reuse this story equal to db dot select dot by max ID, right? And then we're gonna call our manager to populate it story, right? So in this way, we are building a model, insert it, do the refresh, select it back, and populate it, right? Yeah, so now let's do it again. Now it should make sense. Okay, so now we are doing a refresh. Everything looks good. So I'm gonna say test tag. I say test2. Test is okay. Title testing insert from UI number 2. And for now, I'm gonna make it in red color and make them a lot bigger. Of course, bold Italia. So now I'm going to save. We are expecting, a new entry on the left hand side, and all of this populated with whatever the value we get, right? Yeah, we got a 31. We have 2 of them, right? And for this one is testing. Oh, right. Because it's kind of ascending order, so that's why we have this kind of thing. All right, I think we are coming to the end of this episode. We accomplished insert a new record. So in next episode we are going to working on the update part, more like the other route of this save button. All right, see you in the next one.